When I knocked the guy down, there was no second part to the story. This quote is from Bob Gibson's biography, From Ghetto to Glory. From this quote, you would think Bob Gibson, oh, he's a mean guy. He's just pitching to knock someone down. No, that's how Bob Gibson pitched. He was a mean pitcher. He was very competitive. And in his book, it also stated that he was so competitive, he wouldn't let a 6-year-old daughter win tic-tac-toe. Bob Gibson is an all-around athlete because he was an athlete in high school, he was an athlete in college, and he was an athlete in Major League Baseball. First, I'd like to talk about how Bob Gibson was an athlete in high school. Bob Gibson went to high school at Omaha Tech High School, which is located north of Omaha. He played basketball, baseball, and ran track. He didn't play baseball until his senior year at high school because they were a very white-based high school. He broke the color barrier at his high school his senior year. He was the first all-state basketball player to play for his high school, and he averaged 32 points a game as a high school basketball player. Now that I talked about how he was an all-around athlete in high school, second, I'd like to talk about how he was an athlete in college. Bob Gibson signed to play for Creighton University and was not very good his freshman year. He made his first debut in 1954, stated in Mark Universe article, number 45, Bob Gibson. It also goes on to state in the article that Bob Gibson's freshman year averaged 20.1 points a game, which is very good even though he only played in 4 basketball games his freshman year. His highest points average was his sophomore year, playing every single game, and averaged 23.4 points a game. As a baseball player, he only pitched 3 games, which has a lot of people confused that he was a Major League Baseball player and only pitched 3 games. When he played for Creighton as a baseball player, Creighton only played 18 games of the season because we all know how the winters are here in the Midwest, so it kind of sucks, so he only had an 18-game season. He ended up his senior year playing baseball for Creighton, throwing a 99-mile-an-hour fastball with a record at Creighton for 23 strikeouts in a row in 2 games. Now I talk about how he was an athlete in college. He was an athlete in Major League Baseball. Bob Gibson, his first year, had a 2.32 pitching ERA, which is pretty good for a pitcher. He went on and made records at the World Series, having 17 strikeouts in 1 game, and in one series he had 35 strikeouts, which is still a record today, and no one has came close to breaking it. His lowest pitching ERA, earned run average, was a 1.12, the second lowest pitching ERA in the history of Major League Baseball. He went and got inducted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame in 1981 and was nominated with 337 votes out of 410. Bob Gibson as a pitcher was a great batter too. As his 8th year in Major League Baseball, he batted at .303, which is not very common for pitchers. Usually pitchers are very bad at hitting. He averaged over the 12 years he played in Major League Baseball, he averaged a .206, which is okay. But in Larry Schwartz's article, Big Game Bob, it stated that he was the meanest pitcher to ever come around Major League Baseball. If you were to hit a home run off of him, your next at bat, there was going to be a fastball coming right at your head. Bob Gibson was known for his fastball. He threw it the fastest of 103 miles per hour and averaged around a 98 mile-per-hour fastball. Now that I talked about how he was an all-around athlete in high school, an all-around athlete in college, an all-around athlete in Major League Baseball, you can tell that he's probably one of the greatest pitchers to ever throw the baseball. Some people think that he was just a fastball. He just pitched for winning. He never pitched for his team. He was very selfish when he was a competitor and wanted to win. Now to think about it, from all these statistics I told you and your knowledge about baseball, do you think that he's one of the better pitchers?